Miss Nudrat Azam. She is a facilitator of psychology, adolescent counselor, and career guidance counselor with 10 years of experience imparting education with zeal, providing guidance to students regarding career development, academic achievement, social behavior, as well as mental and physical health. Presently, she's a counselor in Ambassador School, Dubai. Welcome, Nudrat.
Hi, thank you so much. Greetings of the day to all the panelists and all the members present here. It's indeed an honor to be here and absolutely delighted to be invited to such an event. And I must say that we are the most passionate people for the kind of profession that we are in, and to keep us on the topic that we've been discussing for so many hours. But that really must make me point out one thing, is that we have and enthusiasm. We've gone ahead and beyond the time that was given to us, and that has definitely led to a higher screen time, which definitely leads to a lower cognitive engagement. And I think we will all agree here that this is exactly what may be happening with our students, because they are now tired with looking at their screens all day long, and having the classes online and meeting their friends online. And every time there is a lower rate of COVID, and they feel like things will go back to normalcy, COVID resurfaces with a new zeal and a new strain, and things are back to zero and square one. And it's again, the emotions are overwhelming. With the examinations getting cancelled or canned or deferred, it has again led to a lot of confusion, which has definitely led to a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression. And I have been a part of UAE for quite some time now. And I must point this out, that UAE is a country where there are more than 200 nationalities that operate and work together. And with that kind of diversity, and these expats, more than 200 nationalities, they definitely overshadow or overpower, the locals of the country. And this is where the COVID-19 has brought about, or has fostered, the economic inequality, with people losing their jobs in the pandemic, with kids unwillingly shifting their base back to their home country. And I have known families and kids who've been born and brought up in Dubai and has been staying in UAE for more than 30 years. And under the pandemic and lockdown had to make this hard decision of moving back to their home country. And with the kids wanting to adjust, somebody right in the beginning very rightly pointed out this, that the kids in the pandemic have had to deal with grief and loss. And with the grief and loss that's happening for the kids in Dubai is the grief over loss of their friends with whom they've born and brought up with the culture that they belong to, which grief over having to move back to their home country, which they were happy to visit in their summer holidays, but may not be very open to the idea of staying there for the longest time possible, because they're used to a certain lifestyle that UAE offers, or used to a particular kind of an education system. So that's definitely one thing that has led as a byproduct of this pandemic. And the second thing the second category of students that are affected the most is the ones with the special needs category, students with special education needs and disabilities. So again, to point out one thing, UAE believes highly in inclusion. So we don't have a lot of special education centers in Dubai and elsewhere in UAE. Students with SEND needs, that is special education needs and disabilities, are included in the regular school system. So each and every regular school has a special needs criteria, and the students study with the regular students of neurotypical needs as well. And they are the ones who've mostly been affected the most, because again, how do you give that support? How do you make sure that when they're having a tantrum or when they're having a bout of aggression because they suddenly feel that they are at loss of control, they don't have an independence over the kind of situation that they're in. They can't communicate because a lot of them are non-verbal, or they can't speak out their mind. They're acting aggressively. How do you control that on an online platform? How do you empower parents to deal with them? Because, you know, even they are at home and even they have work from home scenarios. So a lot has happened with the students there. And there was a research that was recently conducted and which said that mostly students with special needs are not being adequately supported along with other students. But you know, that's something that a lot of other the panelists in a discussion here has very rightly pointed out, and how very deeply affected they are. So I would like to cutting it short, I would really like to focus on what has helped the schools in Dubai mostly with the students and with the parents. So one thing that we have had to initially begin with is to start with support groups for parents of special needs, students with special needs and disabilities, wherein we meet them on a regular basis, we train them on a regular basis, we give them a platform where they can let out their emotions, and dealing with their emotions has helped a lot and has brought about a calming effect on the lives of their kids, which has, you know, thereby led to a change in their situation. The other thing is having a support group for teachers. Again, our panelists very rightly pointed out that, you know, teachers are human beings, and teachers must make sure that they are not displacing their emotions onto their students. Sometimes they don't know how to have that control. They don't know how do I go about maneuvering around my situations when my life is breaking apart. You know, my husband has lost the job, or I'm the only one who is with the job here. My kids are not listening to me. My in-laws are suddenly at my place and I don't know how to deal with them. And what's next? And then the longer working hours that has, you know, been forced upon the teachers and the different stakeholders here because of the online classes. So we've started with an online support group and a well-being session for the teachers and educators, where we meet them once a week or once in 10 days at least, and make sure that they have a platform for catharsis. They are venting out their emotions and there is nobody judging them. And when I say it's educators, it's not just teachers. We include even the school principal here in a forum like this, in a group session like this, where you can speak your mind in the most not judgmental manner. And if there's something that you're upset with regards to schools, you can. You don't have to think that you have your grade supervisor or you have your principal sitting in the session along with you. We view each other as just humans who are dealing with situation and uncertainty, and not with the role or the designation that they come attached with. Something that has again worked where wonders is reduction in teaching hours. We've drastically reduced our teaching hours. We don't have a normal teaching hour starting at 7:30 in the morning and the school ending at 2 in the afternoon. We've just reduced the classes. We've reduced the teaching hours. We've introduced a lot of vocational classes online. So students are now engaged, instead of focusing on academics, which we have again transitioned it from a lecture-based method where the teacher is talking and teaching and there's presentation playing, or the YouTube video being sent out for the students to learn. We've transitioned that into a more project-based learning, where students are given the independence to take control of their own learning. And so what has happened as a result is, in a situation which is so uncertain and where the kids feel as if there is nothing in my control, now kids feel that there is something in their control. And that is the most important part, which is their education. So we've transitioned that into more of a project-based learning. We've introduced a lot of Zumba classes. We've introduced a lot of cooking classes online. Sometimes it's with the supervision of the parents, and other times when the parents aren't available, we've introduced something like cooking without fire, you know, where you're not to worry about, you know, what if the child gets into the kitchen and the child is left unsupervised, so now what? So it's cooking without fire, which has, again, as someone very rightly pointed out, brought in a lot of independence, and the students have been taught how to cook. Again, a value of nutrition has been implemented. Healthy eating habits, instead of just telling them, you know, you must eat this because it has so many nutrients, now they're learning it themselves. So there is some semblance of control in their life. We have again, the next thing that has worked wonders for the emotional needs of the students, be it students with special needs or neurotypical ones, are counseling sessions, yes, but peer counseling sessions. Identifying a group of students from the school who are ready to take on this challenge, training them for getting into classes or speaking one-on-one with the students and identifying their needs or getting them to open up has worked wonders, because students feel that they can connect more with their classmates or somebody who is belonging to the similar situation, rather than a teacher or a counselor who would rather come across maybe someone who's so much older and wiser, maybe have been there, done that. They know that the person I'm talking to is on a similar platform, is sharing the same boat as they are, and they open up easily. Obviously, these set of peer counselors are in constant contact with the school counselor. They are not working independently because they are not trained to. But yes, it's just simply to give them a platform that, I have so-and-so Didi, or, like an elder brother or a sister in a higher grade who I can just simply message, or are more accessible on Snapchat or Instagram, and I don't have to write them a formal email, is gives them a better, makes them feel better emotionally, that, I have someone whom I can text at 2 a.m. in the night, because I know that, like me, even they are awake, and it's better to talk to them than a stranger on Instagram who may not be the wisest option or the choice to speak with. And yes, like I said, this is something which is a norm in UAE, to have learning support assistance for students with special needs. So because we focus a lot on inclusive education, we've had special training sessions organized for the learning support assistants, who have now taken up the role as educators to deal with students with special needs online. So they are the ones who are constantly in a push-in session, helping out an educator. While, for example, if I'm a teacher and I have a student in my class with special needs, I'm not the only one dealing with that student with special need. I have a learning support assistant who helps me bridge the learning gap between the rest of the students and the student with special needs. Sometimes these students are given a platform to meet with the educator offline, or maybe in a different online platform after the school hours, to discuss, to make sure that they've understood. And sometimes we as teachers give the learning support assistants maybe a set of worksheets or activities that they can independently conduct with the student that they are assigned with. So it kind of balances out so much, and there's not just one stakeholder here who is under immense pressure to deal with everyone's educational or academics or emotional needs. You have somebody who is like an equally trained educator, who called as learning support assistants, who are helping them as well. So this is overall which has helped a lot, making sure that the students are open to talking to the school counselor, making sure that the parents have a good support system in school. So we've had well-being sessions for parents as well, where we meet them once in fortnight and make sure that they have a healthy outlet for venting out their emotions too, and they are expressing their concerns, and be it their financial problems or be it their emotional problems, they don't have to hunt for a counselor, or pay them an extra amount, because obviously we don't know if they'll be able to afford it or not. The school counselor is there for them, the school organizes for them. Or regular painting sessions. We have regular yoga sessions online, Zumba sessions online. So a general shift from academic pressure to physical and mental health has really helped the students, really helped all the stakeholders basically deal with the situation better, be it parents, be it educators, be it administrators, be it the management. We have a special well-being session just for the governing council members of the school, where you have the MDs and the chairpersons and the founders joining in, because they are under immense pressure too, and they need to have a platform to be heard as well. So just introducing these small little sessions at every level has generally helped us and the other schools in Dubai to bring in a sense of calmness, to build in a sense of trust, to have better transparency between everyone, and to just generally understand and trust each other, to be able to communicate openly has helped a lot, in terms of, has helped everyone a lot, not just students, it's just everyone. And to constantly train each one of these stakeholders to have a lot of open-ended questions, because sometimes in times of frustration or anger, we do become authoritarian. So it's just training the parents to kind of ask their kids that, I see that you are being mean to me. Can I help you in some way? Do you need my help? Or are you not feeling well? Why are you being mean to me? Instead of saying, you don't answer me back, I'm your mother and you must talk to me this way. Instead of saying that, just asking this question, I see you being so mean to me, what have I done so wrong? Can I help you in some way? Has helped a lot of kids opening up and say, I don't know why I'm being mean to you, or I don't know why my mind tells me to act this way today. And just to kind of take that conversation ahead and say, it happens sometimes. It's very normal for you to feel this way. And what you must do next is take a deep breath, or let me know this is what you're feeling, or let's just have an ice cream, or let's just have a banana, because banana is, as somebody rightly pointed out, not just great at the nutrition level, it's a great mood booster as well. So let's just have a banana. Let's just not label you as having, you're a mean kid, or this was a bad girl behavior today, mama is not talking to you. Instead of doing that, just kind of normalize that these emotions, they do come out or differently, they get misplaced differently, they get displaced onto different people, has given a lot of help, has brought in a sense of control over their environment, and has helped students and parents alike develop a healthy communication channel with the integration of nutrition. And not just, even it has become easier even for parents to realize that if today I'm not feeling well, I can have chicken and eggs. If that is what is permissible and they can eat, and they're not vegetarians or vegans or whatever, I can have this and can give me a better and I can feel better. It can be a mood booster, because eggs are a mood booster, chickens are a mood booster, chocolates are a mood booster, ice creams are in a healthy amount mood boosters, so are bananas, and so are watermelon, and so is pineapple. Just such a healthy rush of glucose, elevating your mood. And that you don't have to simply call up a doctor and say, can you give me a mind relaxing medicine? Can I just, I feel my child is slipping into depression, can you please give him a depression medicine? Has helped kids understand that they're not, their life is not just going completely out of their control. Has helped parents understand that nutrition play a very important role. And in general, like I said, has established a lot of healthy communication channels. So that is something that has definitely worked. And at this point of time, I would like to stop talking and hand over the mic back to Kanupriya, and thank everyone for listening to me. Thank you so much.